to Leap Taken. Here at Leap Taken, I talk about all things witchy, craft related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. And today is no exception. So I want to talk about stop wishing, stop wanting, stop desiring, and start doing the magical work to make it happen. How many times have you made an intention in your mind to do a spell, participate in a ritual, learn about a subject that you know is going to be beneficial? If you could just read about it or look into it, it'll unlock something and you can start to manifest the things that you want or to change the trajectory of your entire life. And you know this to be true, but you haven't done it. You are kind of procrastinating that. And there's really no real explanation other than you just haven't done it, right? Same. Same with a lot of things. Now, there are some valid reasons why this might be your situation. You might be in a phase of your life where your life is just busy. Kids will do it. One kid will do it. Add on spouse or significant other, family obligations. A lot of us are at the point where we're taking care of aging parents. Add on work. Some of us are working, multiple jobs. Full-time jobs and doing a side hustle on the side on top of that, which is a job. So life is busy. So I totally understand that. Trust me, more than anybody, I understand that. I feel like my creativity, my vision that I've sort of set, my goals have been some derailed completely, and I kind of felt like I missed the opportunity to strike. And other things, I just feel like I'm so behind on what my original idea was, and I never was able to really execute it the way that I wanted because I just did not have the time. This video is for you. All that I just laid out, this video is for you. So let's talk about getting from feeling basically sort of just like the mundane day-to-day activities of getting up, getting dressed, or if you work at night, getting up, getting dressed, going to work at night, doing the things, the responsibilities, and then not putting the energy into yourself. The short answer is tough love moment, you're going to have to find the time, make the time. I'm going to give you a great example. No one finds time better than someone who is in a romantic relationship and wants to cheat on you. And y'all know what I'm talking about. There are people who will swear that their significant other works multiple days. He sleep all the time, he or she, because you don't know, but y'all know. They're so busy, they don't have time, they're never out anywhere, all their friends, but yet you find out that this person has in fact cheated. Over the years, this is not like one incident. I'm combining multiple incidents of people who appear to have this life that is so structured and segmented that they don't have any extra free time, yet they in fact cheat. One guy I know cheated with somebody he supposedly gave a ride to for work. Nobody saw that coming because they wasn't supposedly his type. Another person did the same thing. It was emotional, but it was someone tied to work. Another one, it wasn't somebody tied to work, but someone he had access to when he went to work, so nearby. So, and there's countless other ones. Online, first thing in the morning, late at night, they go online and they cheat, they have conversations. Some people actually leave the house once you're asleep. So just so you know, and they lie. So that's a great example of somebody who they have an intention, they have a desire, and they will follow through on it. And they'll do it in a way where they're really trying not to disrupt too much around them. I know it's a sick example, but you get what I'm saying. These people are determined. You need that level of determination. You need the level of determination that somebody who is trying to get with somebody outside their relationship is, because that's a determined individual. I'm not wrong. You don't like this example. This is kind of messed up a little bit, but it's right. It's right. That's the level of determination. They will do everything. I was going to use somebody who's addicted to something, but I think this is more relatable. That's the level of determination you need to have. So that's step one. Get determined. Find the time. find that, no, seriously, find that time to invest in yourself. It's not something that you have to find time for. Like, I'm asking you to work out, wake up early in the morning and work out. I'm asking you to do one spell to change your life. It might require feeding that spell more energy, but that's a little bit different. So for someone who is in your position, if you're watching this and you are kind of finding it hard to actually do the work that you'd like to do, the magical work that is, plan it, schedule it, set a time, set a day that you're going to do this. Don't try to wing it. It's not working for you, so stop. It's not working. So you're going to have to actually set a time and a day aside. I don't care if it's 30 days from now or if it's during the next new moon cycle or the next full moon cycle. And you're looking at the calendar like, ooh, that won't be till the end of the month. Then it'll be the end of the month. And go ahead and do all your normal functions. That day's important. That's what you're doing. Oh, but that falls on Halloween or something else, and the kids, and I could do that. Okay, do the kids. They'll probably be up a little later than usual. That's cool. Get the kids ready, do everything. You're determined, because that cheater would have taken this kid's trick-or-treating, okay? And they would have had a whole situation set up afterwards, okay? You need the level of determination, okay? So the same way that they're going to make a way when everybody's asleep to have a little conversation, do a little talky talk, a little texty text with their outside person, you need to be taking that level of determination and saying, you know what, let me go ahead and get excited about what you're doing. That's, by the way, the secret with that level of determination. It's excitement. That's it. It's the thrill. It's the excitement. That's all. That's where they get the energy, how they're up early, staying up later, and finding extra time to do all these things. The excitement. So step 2, well, 3. 1 is determination, 2 is schedule, and 3 is you need to be excited. You need to be excited about doing this spell work. Recent experience for myself, a real example for me is I recently did a spell. Oh, I've done quite a few spells for myself. I've just been over here conjuring. But one of my more recent spells that I've done, I got immediate results. And this is my next thing. The reason I got great results is because I've been making more time for myself, for my magic, for living my magical life, for me pouring into me. This has been something I've been working on in general, but from a witch perspective, from a magical practitioner, this has been really something very important that I need to do, meaning just do my spell work. I work with a coven. I make YouTube videos. I like to show some of the spells that I do because I like to help people. This needed to be something just for me. I can talk about it after the fact, but it had to be just for me. And there's a series of different things that I'm doing, and it has to be just for me, and I have to keep it close and let it, protect it so that it can grow into what I am intending and what I am currently manifesting. So because I've sort of been on a series of spells and working at it like this, I have noticed the way my spells have been working in this particular period of time, because I've done spell work before and I've had immediate results. And then other times I've done things and it's more of like a slow burn. It's like I'm feeling the anticipation of it. I can see a little bit. I get little hints and symbols and signs, and eventually I get to what I've intended. And I notice I have that experience when I'm kind of not really doing the work for me, doing my own work. You know what I mean? Where I'm basically doing stuff for others and I'm kind of focusing still. I keep saying, I'm going to focus on me. No, I do, but not at the amount that I need to at where I'm at in my life. And for the goals that I have, I need to go all in. So anyway, when I kind of was like, oh, I'm focused more here, because I'm with my coven and we're talking about it, and okay, I'll do the spell now for me. But otherwise, just ritual work and stuff like that. A lot of reading, a lot of just like spiritual connection type work, communicating with my ancestors. I do that sort of stuff. But like spells, just actual sitting down doing a spell just for me and just for my own selfish purposes, and no one else necessarily benefits but me. Yeah, that's something I've been struggling getting done consistently. And it's important for what I'm doing. I'm a spells on spells on spells type of witch. So I like to layer my spells because typically when I'm doing something, I want it big. I want a big change. I want an immediate change too because I'm impatient. I'm saying I'm working on it, but am I really? I don't know because the spells are encouraging my delusions. So I notice that when I'm in the vibe of doing spells more often, when I'm doing my own witchy self care, when I'm investing and going all in me, for me, consistently, whenever I do a spell afterwards and more consistent, it's like this. It's immediate. It's as if it's magic. Anyway, but it's much more consistent. My results are consistent. I'm also someone who I write my own spells. I may be inspired by someone else's, but I write my own spells. I use things that have meaning. When I talk about spells and spells and spells, like I've been growing my own herbs, I use that. I make my own anointing oils. I'm in a process of making my own candles at this point. But having that level of influence over the materials that I use, learning practice of, I'm also a Reiki master, by the way. So I understand as far as healing energy and things of that nature and using energy, my body's energy as well, and really learning how to focus that energy and pour that in. I'm also someone who has really mastered dealing with sort of fear-based thoughts and recognizing them and for what it is, because there are certain things that's always going to generate. I think that's just part of humanity to bring about a fearful emotion or a little bit of panic, anxiety. I'm because I know my triggers, and more importantly, I recognize when that's not my normal me. That's fearful me. Fearful me will think of some wild stuff of what ifs. Once I get into the what if category, I'm like, yeah, chill. Like you stop. But I recognize that in myself. So I don't spiral because of it. I mean, like anybody else, there are times I feel like I might get a little too dark even for me with my thoughts. And sometimes I just let it play out because I was like, this is obviously something I need to play. I played out like a movie on, okay, so alternative me in there. What do you got? What do you think is going to happen? And I let it play out. But being in touch with all of that and being consistent, like those things matter. Like you kind of really have to be really in tune with yourself for successful spell work. I know people are going to tell you something different. It helps. It works better. That's all I got. But anyway, being consistent and with my work gets better results with my spells. So that would be the other thing that I would just mention is consistency. Once you've kind of gotten to the other thing, then do a little something here or there. And then make sure those here and there is not too far apart. So maybe try weekly. Once a week, you take at least 20 minutes at most to invest in doing some sort of spell. And if you're like, well, I don't need to be doing a spell once a week. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You do. If you stop, think of something. There's quite a few things. There are things that are mundane problems that you could solve sometimes using a spell. Pests coming into your house, do the mundane procedures, but you can also add some sort of energy to your home that is not as appealing to them. And, creating, enchanting other things that keep pests away, especially coming into these colder months. A lot of people deal with pests coming into their home. If you live in rural areas, things like that, it's a thing. I don't want that thing. I've made my home inhospitable to scorpions. I live in a place where scorpions and snakes are very real and present. And knock on wood, I have not had that experience and I don't want it, and they are not invited here. Um, but yeah, consistency, back to the original thing, tangent over. Consistency is definitely important. So do spells, do hair growth, a glamour in the morning when you get dressed. That Monday morning, you don't do it every morning, just do it Monday. When you get yourself together, do a glamour. Enchant something, enchant a piece of jewelry. If you're married, your wedding ring, enchant that. Add some additional energy to it. Say a little charm for, keeping your marriage protected and that there's always love and support. Something like that. Touch the ring and just say those words. Who are you saying it to? You're saying it to the universe, to the ethers, so that that energy is sent out. And, believe it so. That's a spell. You can do that. So you see, at a point you can find something to have a spell, do a spell for, but just to sort of like keep you in a mind of not getting swallowed up by just mundane living, not getting swallowed up in routines and, commitments and things like that. If you can't take 20 minutes out of 7 days, 20 minutes, even if you don't have any tools, just to sit. I mean, at this point, you go to the bathroom, if that's what it needs to be. You can do literally, there are spells you can do in the bathroom. Maybe that's your plate. That might be your, your working altar, low key, the bathroom sink, because that's probably a lot of us. I remember those days. There was no other place you could go for 20 minutes in your home but the bathroom. And it's probably because everybody else is asleep. But if that's it, that's it, right? Pick what you can, but take some time for yourself to do that work, so that maybe this doesn't have to be your life. Maybe you want something different for your life. Maybe you want a drastic change because you live in a specific state, in a specific city. It costs more. So you got to be working like a crazy person. Maybe your spouse, your situation, right? But you long for maybe moving out in the country and something a little bit more rural, slash between suburban and rural living, so things could slow down a little bit, and the prices are a little cheaper. At this point, everywhere they've gone up, right? In housing, whether it's renting or buying, but you get what I'm saying. If this is something you truly desire to kind of just be able to take a step back because your overhead's not so crazy, so you don't have to work as hard. That's something important, and that's something that you should start to find important as well. And you should find some time, at the most 20 minutes a week. I said, at minimum, most 20 minutes out of a week. I'm challenging you, yes, you watching this, 20 minutes once a week to invest in your spirituality, yourself, using the vehicle of a spell. Whatever that is going to be for you. If you need help and you're still struggling with this, if you feel like you can carve out just a wee bit of time, schedule me at leaptaken.com and I can help you with this. We can get a little bit more personal with your unique situation and help you. I have multiple services. There's the Ask a Witch service, where this is perfect for that sort of stuff. Like, well, what do you think I should do? I can help guide you with that if you need a reading instead, or if you just prefer just to kind of have a reading to get some spiritual advice as well over sort of everything. I can help you with that as well. But go ahead and go over to the website and check it out and see if there's something there that makes sense for you. And if you want to message me first, that's fine. You can message me at Mika@leaptaken.com. I had to think this out. Mika, me. So it's MIKA at leaptaken.com. So you are more than welcome to reach out to me there as well. And if you have a question first, I'm someone that kind of like to check some situations first, and then if I'm okay, then I'll go ahead and go through with the service. So I completely understand that. But we are coming up on the Witch's New Year, October 31st. Use this, that eve going into November 1st. Use this time. The veil is thinning. Then you can be petitioning that uncle that was always good with money. Petition him to help you. You could be petitioning, that auntie that just kind of have like siren like energy. And she was very in tune with her sexuality. And that's something that you want to do because you'd feel more confident. Reach out to her. Reach out to her. Um, and if it's just about, back to my example of just kind of slowing things down a little bit so you don't feel so overworked, which a lot of us are at this point, to be honest. That's why I use that example because I think that's definitely more relatable. Um, that grandmom that lived out in the country somewhere, petition her to help you clear a path and make a way. Help, ask her for her help. And for the unknown ancestors, but you're hoping somewhere in your lineage, somewhere in your bloodline, there were some people who had the initiative and the determination. Just petition them to help you, to help give you a roadmap, give you some signs and symbols to kind of keep you going through your personal journey. So I hope all this was super helpful. These are tried and true things that I've done for myself because life has gotten very busy for me. And I really needed it not to be busy in the way that it had been because I just had one big thing taking all my time. And the universe has shown me that if I truly, truly desire and I truly, truly make time and really align and invest my energy into this thing, this other life that I'd like, it can happen. It can happen. One more word of caution before I go. And this is something I want to talk about in a video soon I talk about spell results because no one talks about the results enough to me. So you did this spell. What happened? Did anything happen? Why do you think it didn't happen? You need to be writing stuff down so that you understand, like, was that a thing? Because you didn't think it was that important on Monday, but come Friday, that thing that happened on Monday really was illuminated come Friday. But if you're vague about it all, that doesn't help you. Also, that helps you for the next spell as well. And you're telling by writing it down, by acknowledging the results of the spell, you were telling the universe, thank you. You are acknowledging and being aligned by simply, okay, this idea of, I hear new age people talk about this, like manifesting. They'll say things like, once you do it, forget it. Don't think about it anymore. When we're that mindset, but when you're talking about doing a spell, when you say think about it, what do you mean? Because for me, once I cast the spell, I know there's something I need to physically do mundane wise. For instance, if I'm casting an attraction spell and I want to attract a suitor. How old am I, a suitor? I want to attract someone to me. Then I don't want to just do the work. Let's say I made a potion or something, some sort of like perfume or something, or, some sort of amulet that I'm wearing that holds this energy as well. How is that helping me if I never go anywhere? Meaning I don't go in a house, I'm just home all the time. And when I do go out, I look unapproachable. I'm not dressed in a way that is considered conventionally attractive or even pseudo conventionally attractive. Basically, if I went out in a bonnet and some sweats, like, I wouldn't want to attract somebody who finds that attractive. So I'm not helping myself is my point. A messy top bun, but it's a little more messier than you would normally do. It's not the cute messy bun. It's I just got out of bed and I never took my hair down messy bun. Walking outside like that, telling the universe you're trying to attract somebody. Come on, what are we doing? Like, there's some effort that needs to be put into it. That's all I'm saying. There's some actual mundane work. Help yourself. Help yourself. Help yourself. Let the universe help you. Yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, focus on that as well. So be aware of results and where you fit in. So you're thinking about it because you're taking extra effort and maybe how you look. And I'm not telling you to change your whole look, but, clean yourself up a little bit so you look a little bit more approachable, right? That's all I'm saying. Why? That's thinking about it. That's being aligned to the intention of the spell. That's all I'm saying. So keep that in your measurements on your results of the spell work that you're doing as well. And if you're doing something even bigger, like the example of wanting to move to, a country like setting to raise your family. Yeah, that's a spells moment situation, by the way. So I would suggest you really do take those 20 minutes weekly and cast spells to add a new layer because you would need income. Can you work remote? Is the place going to be set up for remote work? Do you need money to buy the place? um, do you need the place to be safe? What if you're around a bunch of, crazy people with guns and stuff like that? And, do you need some other protection or something like that? Because that's where the affordable land is. I don't know. There's a couple different things you might need to work is all I'm saying. But again, hopefully this was helpful. Again, my name is Mika of Leap Taken. Hit like, subscribe, share, and like I say, consider hitting the join button. All right, so I'm really done this time. All right, bye.